Now, where are we gonna move them? I have absolutely no idea. No, isn't she a teenager?
Oh my God!
She slapped him!
Hey my loves, and welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel. I've been giving this a lot of thought. After really looking at my cast video that I did recently for modernizing the Disney princesses, I thought I would give this a go. I thought I would try. If it doesn't work out and just I see that a lot of you are just not really into it, or even just if I'm starting to lose interest, I'll try to finish it and then just leave it alone for a final time. But I really wanted to give this a go a second time, so I am restarting my Disney Princess Challenge. Now, I just want to point this out in case you have not seen the cast video that I did for modernizing the Disney princesses. I cannot go back to the old save file because when I moved my files to this main computer that I've been using for a while, I lost the old file. So I can't go back to it. I can't even get into my Cinderella game. It's completely gone, and it's also very corrupted. So it makes no sense for me to continue. So with that being said, I am beginning back the Disney Princess Challenge, and hopefully everything will be a little bit different. I've gotten so much better at my storytelling skills. It's going to be a completely different story. It'll have remnants of the old story that I did when I was very new to YouTube, but it'll also have a lot of new elements and a lot more drama and detail that I'm hoping that all of you will enjoy. So here we are in cast, about to create our new story for the Disney Princess Challenge, following the story of Snow White. There's a lot of improvement over the past year since I actually did that series, so I'm excited for this, and I hope you guys are too. So we're gonna see how this turns out, and if you are excited to see me try the Disney Princess Challenge for a second time in a row, go ahead and give this video a like. I'd really appreciate it if you could show your support, and also let me know what you are excited about and what you are looking forward to, anything in this particular brand new reboot series. I'm also going to turn back on my game capture because it's just a little bit better and more concise that way. So of course we have the one that I created in cast. He is now a teenager, so this is Snow White. Then we have Ella Harrington, who is going to be Snow White's mother. Next up, we have James Harrington, who is going to play the role of Snow White's father. And then we've got Geneva McQueen, who is going to be the evil stepmother. And then finally, we have Fiona Harrington, who is the daughter of Geneva and James, which is the half-sister of Snow White. So there's a couple of brand new characters here and a little bit more of a twist. So I'm hoping that this will be a little bit more intriguing to your taste. Let's start with Snow White. So this episode, we're just gonna build Snow White's family. I'm gonna try to do this as best as I can and as quickly as possible, but let's just go ahead and see and look at the challenge requirements, because I'm gonna have to take this out, definitely, and I'm probably gonna have to take that out as well, or maybe not, because I think early when she's a teenager, you can choose whatever traits that she has. So for generation 1, which is Snow White, someday my prince will come. Snow White starts as a teenager with an evil stepmother. The evil stepmother and Snow White must be enemies, with the evil stepmother having the evil and mean traits. The evil stepmother may be a young adult, or elder, up to you. Optional, now we already kind of know this. We have to make the mother and father die by the evil stepmother, and we can vary it for our own personal storytelling. So when Snow White becomes a young adult, she runs away and starts the challenge. She has to have the soulmate aspiration, but I don't need to complete it. She has to have 7 kids. Each child must have 1 negative trait when they become children. They have to have the same genetic parent. They have to achieve something before their teenage years, reaching level 5 in 1 toddler skill, or reaching level 3 in all of them, completing the childhood aspiration, or becoming a grade A student. Now, this part was interesting because when I originally did this, actually all of my kids reached level 5 in 1 toddler skill, but I was so consumed with like the chaos of it all that I didn't even realize that I had already completed the challenge very early. So I have to be mindful of that this time around. Each child must age up with at least 1 positive character trait. Snow may never allow strangers into the house or talk to elderly women. She has to work from home as a freelancer. Marry after the last dwarf is born. You can do this with Maz, or you can have a love interest as a roommate. And the last female dwarf will be Cinderella or Ella, as you prefer. This generation was pretty easy. I know it looked chaotic when I originally did this, but it was actually a pretty easy generation. It was just chaotic because I was stressed with all the mods and like the terrible lighting. Everything about it was
was just very hard for me. So because of that, I had a hard time doing this, but I think this is going to be a lot better the second time around. So good thing is we don't have to worry about traits, so we can actually give her whatever we want. I'm kind of tempted to give her romantic, but I feel that if she is romantic, then she'll get very like tense if she doesn't have romance for a very long time. I'm not entirely sure about that one. She does love animals because she does talk to all of the wilderness outside, and I'm gonna give her also neat. Yeah, I'll give her neat. Okay. So she is an animal lover and she's neat. That seems nice. And for Snow White, we're gonna have to create the rest of her outfits because I only did 2 main outfits, so I will do that. This is gonna take a minute, but bear with me. Okay, so I just finished Snow White redone outfit. So this is outfit 2 of her casuals, and I redid outfit 1 because she's in teenage years. So I feel like when she goes into her young adult years, then we can definitely go back to the original style with the cardigan and the flowy pants and stuff like that. I feel like I should make it a little bit more cutesy for her teenage years, you know? So I've added this dress to her formal wear, and then we've got active, which is very cute. We've got the sleepwear. This says Snow Much Fun, not something else, because I know from the side it looks like, what is that, a cuss? No, it's not. Then we've got party, which she looks so beautiful in. And then we've got swimwear, we've got hot weather, and then finally the cold weather outfits. So that is Snow White's wardrobe. Now we're gonna focus really quickly on her parents. So let's go ahead and do Ella Harrington very quickly. I actually forgot that I had this overlay for elders. Like the more you click on, the more down the line it actually goes. So you can make them look pretty young and then give them more wrinkles as time goes on. And also it just kind of like changes their face. So I'm gonna keep it at here because I don't know, I just kind of like that one the best. And I finished pretty much all of her other outfits. I've also made Snow White's mom be elderly because it's gonna help with the story that I'm telling in this reboot version. But she is an elder, and these are just a quick sneak peek at all of her outfits. I tried to choose the most like elderly-esque type of wear, and yeah, that is Snow White's mother. So this is Ella Harrington. Next, we have the former husband of Ella and Snow White's father, who is James Harrington. Okay, I've kind of matched it the way it looked before. I've given him some freckles, but a better overlay than I had before. Face is actually, it's pretty charming. I like it. James is an interesting character. He is very loving. He's self-assured. He's very confident in himself. Even though you guys will see it for yourself, I just want to tell you this up front. He is overall a very, very good guy. He is. However, that being said, there are things about James that you guys are not gonna like. There are a couple of things that he does that is very selfish, but he is a good guy at the core. I'm not trying to make him out as the villain in this story because obviously the villain is the evil stepmother, but I will say that James doesn't make things any better for not only his daughter but also his ex-wife. Now let's get on to Geneva. Now Geneva is the only one right now who is a young adult because Snow is a teen, she's an elder, he's an adult, and this child, by the way, I made her a toddler because it felt a little bit better for my storytelling. So Geneva is a young adult. I don't know if you guys can kind of guess where I'm going with this, because if you see, Geneva is a young adult and his ex-wife is an elder. I'm hoping that you guys can kind of like put the pieces together and kind of see like where this was supposed to be going. So Miss Geneva, what can I say about her without spoiling anything? I mean, it's kind of easy to talk about Geneva because she is supposed to be the evil stepmother in this story. So she, if you can't already guess, does not like Snow White, and she's not supposed to. She's supposed to have pretty much a vendetta against her. There's just nothing about Snow White that pulls her to be a very good stepmother to her. She finds her a nuisance. She doesn't like the fact that her now husband has a connection to the old life that he used to have. It's a very toxic household, as you will see, kind of similar to the way it was before, where we had the evil stepmother living with them. Okay, before I go any further, I really wanted Geneva to wear this type of outfit since she is married, but here's the problem. So because of that, I don't know if I can show that. I mean, I'm not gonna be focusing so hard on Geneva. It's kind of like it's Snow White's story, and not for nothing, but even though my thing is, I've already noted that this is not totally kid friendly. There are some mature themes here. I'm gonna keep it because I'm not gonna show it that much, but we just gonna know that that's going on right there. But getting back to Geneva, she doesn't like the fact that her husband James has a connection to his old life and has a daughter by somebody who is very elderly now, and that's a threat to her, even though that she is very young. She's the youngest out of all of the adults in the house, which includes his ex-wife, James's ex-wife, and James himself. She still finds it very almost like insulting, because for Geneva, she's young, she's impulsive, she doesn't think things through. Like, even though she is the villain in this story, I still want her to kind of have like a story of the reason why she is the way that she is. There's a lot of insecurity with Geneva. Geneva's never really had like a moment to think about where she belongs, where she fits in, and she's also had a pretty tough life. Like, I'm not expecting you guys to feel bad for her or to even sympathize with her. I just want her story to be a little bit more known, so that way you guys can kind of understand where she's coming from with all the animosity that she brings to the house. Okay, so here is Geneva McQueen. So here is her everyday formal, all of the outfits. I really like using the Onto hairs to give her the green, just because I don't know, it just kind of suits her. I like the green. She has a purple vibe, so that's why I try to model every single outfit with a little bit of purple in there. The last one we need to do is her daughter that she has with her husband James, which is Fiona. So there's really nothing to say about this little baby because she's kind of like in the middle of it all, to be honest. Like, this is just a baby. She's just a child, you know, she's just gonna live her life the way it was supposed to be, and that's kind of it. She's just a cute little toddler. I think she's going to be adorable. She is a little bit of a brat, I'm not gonna lie, because she's fussy, so she's not gonna want to listen to anybody. She's still a kid. I mean, she's a baby, so she obviously doesn't respect parental authority, but it's mostly because Geneva really doesn't raise her. It's more of Snow White's responsibility to do that, which is low-key kind of sad because it's not even her child. This is her little sister. Yeah, it's her little sister, but yet she has to take care of said little sister. Okay, and there we go. So here is the last member of the Harrington clan, Fiona Harrington. So she takes on the last name of her father. She is the half-sister of Snow White, and she's got a little bit of a pinky princess vibe going on with her, which is kind of what I wanted. So she's got a little bit of a color scheme similar to her mama, but she is really cute. Can't even lie, she's adorable. And there you have it, folks. That is the whole entire Harrington clan. I hope you guys enjoyed us going through each of the characters, and like I said, I will be explaining some things that are going to happen in this story right away, but first let's move these guys into their house and start beginning the reboot version of our Disney Princess Challenge. Now, where are we gonna move them? I have absolutely no idea. I think the last time I moved them to Windenburg because it's very posh, and I am totally okay with moving them back into Windenburg. Let's get a house that just has 2 bedrooms, like rustic residence. That would be the house that I would start with. So we'll move here. Okay, I finally got the whole house situated the way I need it to be. So here we go. This is the land that Snow White and her family are currently living on. So let's go into the house and see how it looks. I've redone a little bit of some areas, kept some things the same, but this is the house structure so far. So in this room, as you can probably guess, this is Geneva and James's bedroom, and the little bed belongs to the wee baby toddler. In this room that looks like it's not even close to being done belongs to Ella and Snow White. Then we've got the bathroom and then the living room plus the kitchen right here. Here is the story of Snow White that we are starting. As you can already kind of see through the adults right here, Geneva is the wife of James Harrington. This lady Ella is the former wife of James, but she is an elderly woman. That is because James married Ella when she was an adult, so she was older than him, and they had a very beautiful romance despite the age difference between them. They were very much in love, and he knew at one point that Ella would get older and he would have to take care of her. He was fine with it. He had no problem about Ella getting older. However, as Ella got older, Ella got sick. So she is an elder, which is why she lives in the same room as her biological daughter, who is Snow White, because Snow White is the only one that takes care of her. James bought this house for Geneva, for his new family. He wanted to give Geneva and their new child a life away from his other family, but Snow White was actually the one who said it's not fair because mom needs a place to stay. My mother's getting older and I don't have the money to take care of her. I'm still a kid, first of all. I'm still a teenager, and you promised to take care of her. Because of his guilt, James decided, okay, fine. I'll buy us all a house. That way you and your mother can live in the house. That pissed off Geneva. Geneva was not happy because the whole point of James buying this house was because she wanted to be away from the past relationships that James already had with Ella and his other daughter, Snow White. She wanted this house so that way she could start a life with him away from Ella and Snow White. He had to basically compromise with Geneva in order to allow his first daughter and his ex-wife to live with them. Geneva said yes, but the only way she would say yes is that they have to have a room separate. They cannot and will not be making orders in this house. They have to follow Geneva's rules because this is Geneva's house. It's in her name as well as James, and she's not going to take care of them. She will only take care of her daughter, and they have to kind of figure out their own life. They don't get to use their money. They won't get to buy anything. If they want anything, they have to get a job and go do that on their own. I'm not providing anything for Snow White's education. She's got to go to a different school because I will only provide for my daughter. Geneva is a very jealous woman. She doesn't like competition, and even though Ella is old, she still finds Ella as competition because this was his first wife. So because of that, he will always have love for Ella because she is the mother of his first daughter, and their relationship before Ella got sick was actually very positive and romantic. So Geneva always feels inferior. We've also got some guests now, but we're not going to invite them because Geneva's also, again, she's jealous. She doesn't want people to see her house. She doesn't want them to see who's this old lady here. I mean, even though they won't really say anything, they're just neighbors, but still, she's like, I need to keep things private. This is my house. We're doing things my way. We have Snow White, who is also in charge of practically raising her little sister. Geneva said, well, if she's gonna live here with us and she's gonna live here with her mother, then she needs to do some work around here, which means helping me take care of Fiona. And mind you, you can already guess, Geneva is not taking care of her own daughter. She's kind of just like, look, here, you take care of her. She's not really a motherly person. Motherhood was never really her thing. She's just kind of like married him for money, even though she does love James and she wanted to have a child with him, but being a mother is not really her forte. It's more Snow White's thing. Snow White actually really loves being a mom and just taking care of people, so you already can tell that this is going to be something that she's going to enjoy for the rest of her life, which is why I wanted to give her a younger sibling so that way she could already have experience taking care of kids, so when she does run away from home, it's not so much like a shock, like she just had her baby and she doesn't know what to do. She already kind of knows like what is expected of her and what she has to do to provide for this child. Over here we have Ella and James. They were married, but they divorced because at one point when Ella started to get older, James wanted to try again for a child because he loves kids. James actually really does love kids just as much as Ella does, but because Ella's older than him and she had Snow White pretty late in her life, like when she was an adult, she is now pretty much barren, so she's not able to have any other children. So that caused a lot of rift in their relationship because he really wanted to have another baby, and he unfortunately cheated on Ella while they were married with Geneva. So because of that, Geneva got pregnant and he automatically had to marry her, and he was in love with Geneva, but part of it was because he just wanted another baby, and that's no excuse to cheat, but unfortunately he did what he had to do in order to make another child. So he is happy that he has both of his daughters, but at the same time, he wishes that he wouldn't have messed up. And it did really hurt Ella, obviously, because that was her husband. However, she wasn't surprised that he did that. Which brings us to where we are right now. So they are all cohabiting in the same household and trying to live together, but unfortunately, it's a pretty interesting, intense environment because Geneva hates Ella, which is why she's going off right now. The toddler's upset and Geneva's pissed off too. So she's not happy with the whole situation and she tries to find every single chance that she gets in order to make Snow White's and Ella's life pretty much a living hell. But it doesn't really bother Ella because she knows that Geneva's young. She's very much insecure about herself. Ella already knows that. She can see right through Geneva's tough exterior, and even Snow White can see past it as well. I think what bothers Ella the most is if she starts to be rude and nasty to her own daughter. I think that's when it starts to get very annoying for Ella, but there's not much that Ella can say because Ella is elderly and Geneva's young and this is her house, so she's not trying to step on anybody's toes. However, she is going to do whatever she can to protect her daughter. All right, we've got an upset toddler who just became happy, so there's Geneva playing with her daughter. I will say Geneva does love her child. I'm not going to say she doesn't care for her, but she doesn't really take the time sometimes to be a parent. As you can see, Snow White is literally going around the house cleaning. That is because she is a neat sim, so it's kind of part of her characteristic to go clean the house, and it just fits. I feel like that would be her job. Geneva did say that in order for her to live here, she has to do some chores, which means doing everything in the household. So that is the reason why she's gone ahead and started to make lunch for everybody. I want to give Geneva a job too, because I don't want her to just stay at home, because I don't think that's Geneva's personality. She wouldn't just stay at home and do nothing. I wish that we did have a modeling career because I feel like that would be Geneva instantly. She would do something like that. But I do have a fashion designer, which is actually pretty cool. Oh, you know what? I want her to be in law. I want her to be in law because it would make more sense for the story for her to be like a private attorney or something and know the law so well that she can bend the rules and make sure that she doesn't get caught for mistreating Snow White. So I'm gonna go ahead and set her up with the law career and we'll make her a legal secretary. We'll give her only level 3. I don't want to make her that high in her career. Geneva and James both have careers, so he's in business, she's in law, and Snow White is in, isn't she a teenager? What do you mean she doesn't have a job? Okay, so I don't know what's causing her not to be able to go to school, but we'll fix it. Don't worry about that, guys. But I do have this. Geneva actually is not on board for Snow White to go to like public school or even private school. She's not on board for it. She doesn't really want anybody to know that Snow White even exists, but obviously people do know that because they know James. However, she's very spiteful, so she's like, no, we're not sending her to a private school, and I'm definitely not going to send her to a public school because I don't want to be held accountable for making sure that this girl goes to school. What I am going to do is she's going to go to online school, so that way she can stay home and watch Fiona when we're both out making money. If she wants to live here, then she has to learn to take care of herself, and she's going to have to take care of her sickly mother at the same time. So it kind of works for Snow White because she's not complaining. She's kind of like, okay, that's fine because I get to be home with my mom, make sure that she's okay, and I'll look after Fiona at home too, because if all 3 of them go out the house, Ella won't be able to care for Fiona that much because Fiona's a toddler, so her energy is like super high. So Ella won't be able to keep up. It's just more better suited that Snow White be the one to look after not only her mother, but her little sister as well. So Geneva has decided to go talk to Snow White because she sees that Snow White is taking her responsibilities pretty seriously, which is good, but at the same time she wants to let her in on a couple of things. Oh, well, okay, that's interesting. I didn't think that they would do something like that, but they did. She wants to basically have a conversation with her right now because Geneva is very jealous, so she kind of just wants to be a little bit mean to her and we have to make them enemies. But Geneva's like, okay, so here's the thing. I don't want you to forget that you're living in my house. You and your mother are only here by my good graces. So I don't want you to go ahead and think that you have any type of rights here. You don't have any rights to be here. The only reason why you're here is because your father asked me to take you in. So Please do not think that you have the right to say what you want or to put your opinion in anything that goes on, not only in my life but my daughter's life. And Snow White's kind of just like, I'm not here to like cause trouble. I'm just here because I want to take care of my mom. I didn't mean to like put a sore spot in you and my father's relationship. You, my dear, are going to take care of your younger sister when I say so. If I ask you for this, you do it. Okay? At the end of the day, I'm the adult. You're the child. You listen to me. Geneva's just she's awful. Let's go ahead and let's call everybody to the meal. Fiona doesn't have a problem with Ella, obviously, because Fiona's a kid. She just finds Ella as if that's her grandmother. Once Snow White finishes, I'm gonna have her go ahead and put this little baby to bed because remember, she's the one who's really taking care of Fiona. Plus, she has to repair this as well, so you can go ahead and get a head start. Ooh, she's got negative romance. Interesting.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, she slapped him. Oh my God, Geneva, what is your problem? Jealous fury. Oh my God, Geneva. I think Geneva got pissed off because she saw James and Ella talking and she just slapped him. So now these adults are having an argument in here and now James is in here too. He's just like, oh my God, I can't believe that Geneva did that to me. And he's like, I don't know what she's so jealous about. Ella and I broke up long time ago. We're not even married. She's my wife now, but I can't be so cold-hearted to Ella. She's the mother of my first child, so I can't forget about Ella. What does she expect me to do? We've got little sister being read to sleep by big sister. How cute is this? Even though the family is like very tense and sometimes they don't get along, I love the fact that Snow White is actually being a very good big sister to her little sister because it's not Fiona's fault. She didn't ask to be here. She's just a kid. And so is Snow White. They're both just kids. Like literally, they're just kids entangled in this parental crap that's going on. So it's neither one of their faults. But I'm gonna also get Geneva to do a couple of mean interactions with Ella because Ella is her competition. So I'm gonna have them go at it just a little bit. Even though Ella really isn't gonna say anything because she doesn't want to cause issues, she knows that Geneva is just trying to feel important in the house. Like she's just trying to mark her territory. And Ella's not trying to, again, step on anybody's toes. But at the same time, she's just like, look, I don't care what you say to me. I really don't care what you say to me. If you don't like me, that's your own issue. I'm fine with that. But what you're not gonna do is bully my daughter. My daughter is a very good person. She's taking care of your daughter and she's doing all the chores in the house. She's doing so many different things in this household that should be your responsibility, not hers. And Geneva's like, how dare you tell me what my responsibility is? You better be lucky that you're living in my household right now. And Ella's just like, look, I'm not trying to cause issues. I understand what you're saying and I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable in your own house. I'm just saying my daughter is all I have. She is my only child. I love her and I don't want to see her future get ruined. You're the only one who can give her the right education, the proper education. You guys have the money, the wealth, the connections, everything you have can let her get ahead in life. That's all I want for my daughter. And Geneva's like, your daughter's not my responsibility. So Geneva's gonna go to bed. She's had it out with Ella. She doesn't want to talk about this anymore. And Ella, oh poor Ella, oh God. Ella had to say what she had to say. Geneva said what she had to say. And now it's just kind of like, it's up at the air at this point because they both have made it clear that Ella's only here to protect her daughter. She just doesn't want Geneva to, bully her daughter or make her daughter feel unwanted here. And Geneva's made it clear that she doesn't give a damn who says what. This is her house, her rules, and you're gonna abide by it. If you don't, she's gonna throw you out on the street. It's pure, simple as that. I already know that James is not gonna do much to make this situation better, but we'll see what happens for that. I think I'm going to end things off here for the first episode of our Disney Princess Challenge Rebooted. Hope you guys enjoyed the story and hope you guys are enjoying how we're going to go along with it. I actually enjoy this a lot because the story is a lot better and the characters have more depth to them. I'm excited. I wonder how Geneva Geneva is going to kill off her husband and his ex-wife. I wonder also how Snow White is going to deal with the fact that not only does she have to worry about her schooling, her relationships, because remember, the challenge doesn't say that she can't have any friends. She probably could, but she can't invite strangers to the house, and she cannot invite elderly women. So she can't invite either one of those to the house. So I'm hoping that maybe when she goes to school, we can find a boy online in the Better Education mod that she can be connected to, and a couple of maybe some small friends. I don't know. I just find it very like mean that Snow White would be raising the kids by herself. I mean, it's fine if she does, but I think she would need help, especially in the early years of taking care of a bunch of dwarves. I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of the Disney Princess Challenge Rebooted. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Hope you guys will stick along for the journey, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!